Hey guys, this is E with Scrapbooking with me. We're going to make another card today. Can you believe I'm making so many cards? I can't, because normally I am not a card maker, I'm telling you. But like I said, I have plenty of birthdays this month and next month, so gotta make cards. I don't want to go buy them. I'd rather have a handmade card. Alright, you're going to need a piece of cardstock that is 10 inches by 7 inches. Now this is going to be a 5 by 7 card, but once it's folded up, it's not going to be that big, so it'll fit in probably one of the large size envelopes. Alright, you're going to score on the 10-inch side. You're going to score at 3, at 4.5, at 6, and at 7.5. So that's 3, 4.5, 6, and 7.5. Now you're going to, let's lay this scoreboard aside. You're going to fold on the 6-inch mark. It's the only one you're going to fold on right now. So you're going to fold that and make sure that it's nice and straight. You can go ahead and do your burnishing. If I can find my bone folder. You should see right off to the side, right over here. My desk is a mess. I am working on too many projects at once. But, okay, we folded on the 6-inch mark. Okay, now the easiest way to do these next lines is just like this. You folded it on your 6-inch score line, and then take that folded edge, put it up against your ruler on your scoreboard, and then just take you a pencil and mark very lightly at 3/4, at 2 1/4, 2 3/4, 4 1/4, 4 3/4, and then at 6 1/4. So that is 3/4, 2 1/4, 2 3/4, 4 1/4, 4 3/4, and 6 1/4. Now all of these measurements and everything will be on my blog, so don't worry about trying to write everything down right now. Now what we're going to do is take our Tim Holtz ruler, and you need something that makes sure that you get a straight line. You could also use one of our T-square rulers, and just put that down to make your mark with. That would work as well. As long as you've got something to make a straight line, we want that line to be nice and straight. You want to draw that line from where you made that little tick mark to that next score line right there. And see, I'm on this is the side that's got the 2 score lines, this is the side that's got the 1, so just make it to the first score line there. If you make it on the other side, it's not a biggie. You're going to cut both of them, but this just, to me, makes it a little bit easier. Well, it would if I could draw a straight line. Okay, we're going to go to the next one. Just go all the way down, making your straight lines on all of those tick marks that you put in there. I love this T-square ruler. Okay, and we do have these in the shop. I'll link them below. They're just a couple of dollars. They're really worth it. Okay, I didn't go all the way to the score line with those two, but that's fine. You're just giving yourself a line to cut by. So you see, there's that score line, and I just went to the score line with my marks. And like I said, you're only giving yourself a line to cut by. It's not that crucial that you get your line drawn all the way. You just want to cut now from the folded edge right up to that score line. So see, all I did was cut from there up to that score line. You want to do that on all of these lines. Now, just so I don't have a mess on my paper, I'm going to use our little mono sand eraser, and I'm going to erase those lines off of there. You could always let this be the back side, but I'm just going to erase them. That way we won't have to worry about it. Okay. So we have those lines drawn in there, as you can see. So what that did is create our boxes for our step card. Now this is going to be a little bit different step card than what is normal. But we're going to try our best to create it. So go ahead and fold on your score lines. Now this score line right here, you want to kind of fold up and fold back. Fold up and fold back. I've got some really thick cardstock here, so I may fold a couple of different ways on mine. Okay, so that's what you've got so far. I just folded up, back, that one's up, that one's back. Okay, now what you want to do is these little 3/4 inch marks and 1/2 inch lines, you want to push to the back. So push all of those to the back just like that. And then you can fold and burnish those. Should be able to fold right over and burnish those real well to the back. And there is your step card already created. It's got 3 steps. You could do this and make 4 steps in it if you want to. Just start a little closer to the top and leave less room between them. You can make 4 steps. I just decided I wanted 3 in this one. Make this a solid black and white card. So what we're going to do is I've measured right here first, and this side, let me get my ruler. This side right here, we need a mat that I'm going to double mat it, so my bottom mat needs to be 2 3/8 by 6 7/8. So I have gone ahead and cut my mat 2 3/8 by 6 7/8, and then I cut a white mat to match the white here at 2 3/4 by 6 3/4, and then I just used my Martha Stewart punch. This I'll try to link if I can find it below. We don't sell these, but I'll try to link a place that you can find one. I just took a big piece of black paper and did my little cutout on that, and then just trimmed it down to fit. You can decorate this up any way that you want, but this is just the way that I'm going to decorate this one. We're going to go ahead and use our art glitter glue and put this mat down, because we're going to do some stamping on some of the other mats, so I'm going to go ahead and put this one on here. We do still have plenty of art glitter glue, and it's warm enough that we can ship just about anywhere now, so go over and grab you some. Now, when you're putting this mat down, make sure that you don't get it over that score line that's right there. You can bring it right up to that score line if you want, just like that, but don't take it over it or your boxes are not going to fold up. Now we've got another little space right here from this score line to this one that we need to put a mat, and this one is going to be, this is 1 1/2. So we're going to do this one at 1 3/8 by 6 3/8, and then our top mat is going to be 1 1/4 by 6 3/4, and then again I just punch that out and put that, put it on the top. So no biggie. I'm not going to show how I punch this and all that, because you may want to decorate this a different way than me. I'm showing you how to make the card and how to put it together. If you need to know how to punch using these punches, just let me know and I'll be glad to do a tutorial on that. It's not hard at all. It's just a little bit of carefulness. So we're going to put that mat right there. So we've got 2 of our mats on already, and this is the way that card will fold up. So you'll be able to see that right there. But then we have another mat that's going to go here, and then we have a white piece of paper. Let's see, that's not the mat. This is the mat. And then we have another white piece of paper that we're going to stamp on. So let's grab, and like I said, all of this is going to be black and white. It's not going to be any color in this card at all. Everything's going to be black and white. So I'm going to use this piece of paper. This mat is cut at 2 3/4 by 6 3/4, and then this back one is cut at 2 7/8 by 6 7/8. Again, all of these measurements will be on my blog, so you'll just go over there and you should be able to find everything that you need. Now I'm going to use a variety of stamps. This stamp that I'm going to use for the sentiment comes from this stamp that we had last year. It came in one of our kits, and it's the Kaiser Craft Background Birthday Sentiment, and I'm using this Wishing You a Fabulous Day. I'm going to use that, and I'm going to put it about right there, I think. Let's see. That looks about right. Maybe that way just a little. So I'm using my Tim Holtz stamp platform. And then I'm going to use some VersaFine black ink. I'm going to ink that up. Now this is the first time this stamp has been used, so let's see how good it stamps on here. Oh, that is great. Love that. Okay. Now what we're going to do, and I'm going to pull this off, and I'll clean that up in just a minute. I'm going to go ahead and lay my baby wipe on top of it, just so that it'll stay moist until I clean it. Now I've got a variety of, let's see if I can find all of them. This came in our kit, I think, in March. This is a stamp set, and then this is a sticky back embossing set as well. So all of that came in our kit, and I'm going to use this stamp set. It's got branches, leaves, flowers, all that kind of stuff, and I'm going to try to make kind of a little branchy scene down here at the bottom. And I'm just going to put it on here in different ways, laying it out there. Let's see, there's a little branch. We'll put that down in there. And I'm going to stamp all of mine at one time. If you're doing different stamps, of course you can layer it and do it the way you want to. But since I'm doing everything in black, then I'm just going to try to stamp all of mine at once. So I'm putting some flowers in here now. And let's see, there's a little flower. Let's put that up there. And then there's a small one we can maybe stick right in there. Alright, that looks pretty good. I may have to come back in and fill in a little bit, but we'll see in just a moment. Let's go ahead and press that down on here. Pick all of our stamps up. Make sure that that's laid down flat, and then all you need to do is just ink up your stamps. Now, if some of your stamps are a little bit thicker than the others, then they may not all stamp good and clear. That's fine. You're using your Tim Holtz stamp platform, so you can always go over them again. See, those didn't stamp really clear, but all I'm going to do is just go back over those one more time. Just going to stamp them again. No problem. And this is where you may have to apply a little bit of pressure, because some of your stamps are thicker than the others depending on the stamp manufacturer. So just apply a little bit of pressure. You're not going to hurt this stamp platform at all. Okay, this one's still a little bit, but I'm just going to use my pen and fill that in. No biggie. Now let's see what I want to do. I think that's going to be all. I may draw in a few little branches there, or I may just use one of these branches and just stamp some other things in there. I'm not sure yet. We'll see in just a moment. Let's go ahead and clean these stamps up a little bit. Okay, I'm going to lay that aside and let that dry just a moment. And I'm going to try not to get ink on it. And now for your little steps, you're going to need 2 pieces that are cut. Let me see if I can measure these. These 2 pieces are cut at 1 1/4 by 3 3/4, and leave them intact while you're stamping, and you'll see what I mean in a minute. We're going to cut these apart after we stamp them. Until I get my stamps later in there, I'm going to leave it just like that. Now I'm going to use this little stamp, put that right there, and then I'm going to use this little flower stamp, and I'm going to put that up there, and I'm putting the flower stamps the right way up this time. And then I'm going to put that other flower right up there at the top. So I am just laying these down the way that I think I want it to look. And then I'm just going to stick that other little branch that I have right in there at the top. Stick that right in there. Okay, we're going to pick these up and see what we've got going here. Oh, cute. I like that. Okay, that is stamped well enough. We don't have to stamp it anymore. I'm going to lay that over to the side, and then I'm going to get my other piece, because you're going to need 2 of these. I'm going to wipe that off right there. Make sure that I kind of dry it a little bit. And then we're going to put this one in there and do the same stamping. See, I don't have to move my stamps. I don't have to wonder if I'm getting them the right way. Just stamp them down. Cute, cute, cute. Okay. Let's take this one up. I'm going to let those dry for just a moment. Go ahead and clean our stamps up and our stamp platform. And I will pull those off in a moment and put them away. Now we're going to go back to this one, and I'm going to take my, this is just a Becky Higgins Project Life journaling pen. I'm just going to fill in where it didn't stamp well. I could have gone back over my stamp one more time, but I had just as soon do it this way, and that way I don't have some of the places too dark. And then where this branch didn't join into these others, I'm just drawing a line and joining everything. So it looks like it's all one big branch. I'm going to make a couple more leaves right here on this one. Then down here at the bottom, we're just going to do some like grassy, I guess some black grassy lines, just to keep this from looking like it is floating in the air. So just like that. And then do just a little bit of a squiggly line down there at the bottom of the grass. That just kind of ties that down as well. Okay, I think that's all I'm going to do there. Now on this bottom right here, I did get a little bit of ink, so all I'm going to do is I'm going to take this eraser and I'm going to go across that real light and pull that ink up. This sands into your paper, so you have to be very careful, but if you just go across it really, really light, then you shouldn't have a problem at all. Okay, now we've got that, and now I have a little piece of ribbon somewhere. I'm just going to take this ribbon and I'm going to tie it around here and just put a double knot. Let me see if I can get it straight. There's our panel, and now we just need to attach it to this. I'm going to put some on that ribbon too, just so it doesn't slip and slide. And we're just going to put that down. And notice if you make your mats the same size mine, then you have just a tiny bit of that black showing around. That's what I wanted. I didn't want a lot showing. There we go. There is our stamp. Now we can put this down on here. Now let's go to these little pieces that we did, and let's go ahead and draw our lines to those, making everything join up so it doesn't look like anything is floating out in the air. So just draw your little branches. You can put an extra leaf on there if you want, just here and there, making everything come together. Okay, I think that's all we're going to do on that one. And then got this one. Let's just go ahead and join this one up. Now that you have these stamped, what you want to do is cut these. You're going to cut these off at 1 1/4. So just lay them in your trimmer and cut them off at 1 1/4. 1 1/4. And then that one should be 1 1/4. Yes. Okay. And then just keep them in the, keep them lined up like they came off of your trimmer. That way you won't have to wonder which one goes where. Do the other piece the same way. Cut them at 1 1/4. Whoops. That one slid on me. Okay. 1 1/4. And then we're going to put these down over here. Now we have 6 of these little pieces that are cut at 1 3/8 by 1 3/8. And all we're going to do is we're going to glue these on top of those, just like that. That's going to be our mats for our steps. Okay, then just glue your other ones on and we will be ready to put this card together, and it's finished. Your stamping takes the longest, but if you don't want to stamp, then this card is not going to take long at all. But I just think the stamping just brings it together and makes it look so pretty and elegant. And this is actually not going to be this is going to be a graduation card and not a birthday card. That's why I put wishing you a fabulous day. Didn't have one, well, I had a little one that said happy graduation or something to that effect, but I didn't really like it. So, alright, and now what we're going to do is glue these right on our steps, just like that. Just center them up and glue them down. That's all you need to do. making sure that you don't go over your score lines. Just center them up in between the score lines. There's those, and then we'll put these 3 on, and this card is going to be finished. Alright, now all we need to do is put a few pieces of bling, and look at our card. Is that not beautiful? I love it. Alright, let's grab our... Oh, I don't know what happened to my pokey tool. Okay, I guess we'll have to improvise today. Let's grab a few pieces of the white bling. And I'm going to put a couple pieces in the center up these flowers. And I think one more, maybe right here, so that we'll have that 3 on there. And then I think I might put a little black one. See if I have 3 blacks that are the same size. No, I have 2 though. I'm going to put a couple of black ones in there. And I think that is it. That's all we're going to do to it. I think it's absolutely gorgeous. And when it's folded up, let me tell you what size it is. It is 4 by 7 when it's folded up. So 4 by 7. So I think you could get this in a good regular size envelope. But look at that. Is that not gorgeous? I love the black and white. It's hard for me to do black and white because I end up getting ink all over my hands and I get it everywhere. But I just have to take time and wipe my hands off when I stamp. But isn't that cute? When it's folded, you can see this and this. And when it's open, you see the steps. Okay guys, that is our card for today. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please give us a thumbs up. Click on my face right up there and subscribe to our channel if you're not already subscribed. And click that little bell when it pops up so that you'll be notified when we put up a new video. Remember all of these measurements, and hopefully the template will be on our blog. It may be in the morning before I can get all of that up, because we do have revival this week, so I'll be leaving here very, very shortly going to that. So it may be tomorrow before you have all the measurements, but I will get them on there. Also, don't forget to go to the link below. Go over and sign up for the classes in Pigeon Forge in September. They are going like hotcakes. We only have a few left in each class, so go over and grab your seat before it's gone. We'll talk to you later. Bye-bye.